So, the Secretary of Defense, the very heedless and inept Pete Hexath, is once again signaling, no pun intended, how appallingly unsuited he is for the job he is currently holding. And I'll tell you that when he was nominated for his job by the Orange Pestilence, I wondered if he would even be confirmed, since even though Jupiter was in his sign, there was so much Saturn and Neptune pressure on his mutable planets. I thought there was a good chance he would be denied, but alas, in this sense, just like his boss, Jupiter got him over the line. But unfortunately for him, the Saturn and Neptune cycles didn't go away, because they're slower and therefore last significantly longer, including well past when Jupiter leaves his sign in early June. Misogynist Pete is in a load of trouble. Or is he? I mean, after all, after his second catastrophically stupid mistake through his blatant disregard of security measures, the White House is supposedly stating they are solidly behind him and that all of this is mostly the fault of the media for reporting it. Who does this remind you of? Well, his boss, of course. But here I turn to one of my key life adages, which states, birds of a feather flocked together. And in that sense, it is completely unsurprising that this president would appoint this complete idiot, since they are both solidly in the camp of heedless idiocy. And if you want immediate evidence of that, just take a look at what is happening in the market in recent days and today to remind you of the malevolent incompetence of our dumbass president. In any case, the planets continue on their journey around the sun, and as they do so, they will soon crash hard into Hexath's highest degrees mutable points, his Pisces moon and his Gemini Venus, which makes May a fabulous candidate month to remove this fool from his job. And if it doesn't happen, then he will have to deal with a return of intense pressures on those planets from September of this year until the spring of next year. And if that doesn't take him out, then just let Saturn get into Aries to make its way to a square of his Mercury. Remember, like his boss, this guy is a Gemini, which always makes Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, a more important planet in his fate. And Saturn will do this from mid-26 into early 27. So basically, lots of opportunities for him to go down in flames. The thing is, this guy cannot really blame his fate. He is doing it all to himself. It is happening because of the way he channels his planets, which is what astrology really is, the interaction of a person's planet patterns with the moving cycles of the planets. But the key lies in how skillfully any person is able to express their planetary energies, and it is abundantly clear this man is demonstrably unskillful. And I'll tell you something else. This development isn't just encouraging from the perspective of getting rid of a lying, scoundrel, misogynist idiot from a job he shouldn't have, because it is so dangerous for all of us, but also because it represents such a clear reminder that no one gets out of their cycles, and that those who express their planetary energies unskillfully will always pay the price. And who do I know that falls in that category? Well, his boss, the orange degenerate himself, since he too got himself back in the White House through a major Jupiter assist as it travels through his sign from mid-24 to mid-25. Very soon, in a few weeks, early June, it will leave. But all the other cycles remain for a good long while, indeed for years. So I encourage everyone to be patient, because there is no doubt in my mind there is very rough sailing ahead for the Orange Felon, and here I'm referring to rough navigation related to political turmoil, which presumes he can get around the much bigger problem also signaled by the planet cycles related to his health and well-being. Well then, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Or, I suppose in this case, to not one but to two truly nice fellows.